Hello, everybody. It's the it's the TV Optimist, and oh boy, I'm gonna be talking about the first two seasons of South Park. I've seen the other seasons. I've seen a lot of the seasons. I just haven't reviewed them yet. Um, and I still have to get back into watching it with my wife because they still bring me immense joy. Um, Season one. Oh fuck yeah, my fucked up childhood right here. Third grade friends Stan Marsh, Kyle Broflovsky, uh, Eric Cartman, and Kenny McCormick get into a bunch of wacky adventures, like an evil giant mechanical Barbara Streisand, extreme weight gain, and starving African children. Uh, Favorite episode: Cartman gets an anal probe. I don't think anything could ever top the pilot episode. It's amateur animation, the hilarious over-the-top scenario setting the stage for the rest of the series. Kitty's always dying. Stan's always throwing up on his crush Wendy's Hesselberger. Fucking Chef singing his soulful love, making ballads to the children. Fuck, what an amazing first season. Way ahead of its time, too, being accepting of gay people long before gay marriage was legalized. Insane to think of a time when that wasn't the norm. So many great episodes. I can't wait to watch the rest of this perfect show. Man, that this was a show that I watched with my brothers, and this, along with Jackass, like sculpted our childhood. It's so good. Um, it's something that we should not have been watching, but we fucking did, and it was great. Cartman gets an anal probe is so funny. As it, you can see from the title, Cartman. For those who are unfamiliar with the series, Eric Cartman, the fat ass of the group, gets an anal probe. He has a dream where he's abducted by aliens, and they got an anal probe, and they're like, dude, that really happened. Like that definitely happened to you. And then throughout the episode, yes, that definitely happened, and it's fucking funny. And then the rest of the series, it's so weird because it's super amateurish. They made it with cardboard, the classic way. And then from the second episode on, the animation just, it stays the same for the first couple of seasons, and then it gets better, gets more advanced. Better is arguable. Weight gain 4,000. Volcano with Scuzzlebutt, and fucking it's coming right for us. Every episode was like memory lane. Big Gay Al's Big Gay Boat Ride. That's the one that's very accepting of gay people. The Stan's new gay dog Sparky runs away, voiced by George Clooney, by the way, and finds the town's most flamboyant, gayest man, Big Gay Al. An elephant makes love to a pig. They're trying to get a pig and elephant to fuck each other to try to make this weird crossbreed animal, like potbelly elephants, like, or little baby miniature elephants that you can keep as a pet. Yeah. There's Death. Stan's grandpa keeps trying to kill himself. With the boys' help. Pink Eye. Kenny's killed by the Mir space station, becomes a zombie. The big old Halloween episode. Starving Marvin's about the Ethiopian child. I said starving African. Isn't he? Is Ethiopian in Africa? Oh shit. In the Horn of Africa. Okay. Phew. Let's say, what the fuck am I talking about? I didn't mean that. No. This Ethiopia's not in Africa. What are you talking about? Mr. Hanky the Christmas Pooh. Damien. A new student arranges a boxing match between Satan and Jesus. My dad could kick your ass, Jesus. It's so fucking funny. It's super not PC either, and it's so crazy how, like, Trey Parker and Matt Stone made this show so not PC. It's like a relic that should stay in its own time. Like, it should be canceled, crazily canceled. Like, especially, like, they're still keeping up with the raunchy jokes and the really fucked up humor. And they've gone to great lengths to like keep pushing the envelope. Like this first season is so funny, but it doesn't even scratch the surface of how much more fucking fucked and twisted and it gets. And like it should be canceled. It's so crazy that it's still like, people are like, this is hilarious, this is great. Tom's rhinoplasty. Mr. Gehring gets a rhinoplasty and quits teaching to become a model. Yeah, he gets the David Hasselhoff. Mecha Streisand. Yeah, Barbara Streisand steals his triangle and becomes Mecha Streisand. And the reason they made her an enemy is because they were like, oh, we just don't like her. She's fucking stupid. Trey Parker and Matt Stone would say. And then Barbara Streisand was like, that's not okay. And blah, blah, blah. And they're like, whatever. She's so disingenuous. Fuck that bitch. Like, whoa. They've said some really messed up stuff about some of the celebrities on here. And then the final episode, iconic. Cartman's mom is a dirty slut. Cartman attempts to find his real father, only to find that his mother slept with just about every man in town. Aided by Stan and Kyle, he manages to raise the money for a paternity DNA test after sending a video to America's Stupidest Home Videos. So that's season 1. God, 13 episodes? Golly, dude. Season 2. This is still the longest season of South Park to date. That's wild. All the way back in 1988 to 89. Favorite episode, Cartman's mom is still a dirty slut. Wow, I forgot just how underwhelming this season is compared to the first. Don't get me wrong, still cracks me up. But that first season made it hard to pick a favorite. This is going to be a long journey. Oh, yes, it will. There's a lot of seasons. Just how many seasons? Let me go back to South Park because I really don't know. It's 20-something now, right? 26? 25 seasons. It's currently in its, I think, 25th season. Just saw like a clip from an episode that was making fun of the Elian Gonzalez shit. Terrence and Philip in Not Without My Anus. Terrence and Philip travel to Iran to rescue Terrence's daughter Sally, who is being held prisoner by Iranian police. A complex chain of events involving a female pop vocalist, a Middle Eastern dictator, and chemical warfare leads to a hostile takeover of Canada. Terrence and Philip attempt to save Sally in their home country. This episode is not that good. It's like it's just so funny because they were like, tune in next season or next week or whatever the fuck when it's we're gonna the thrilling conclusion. Who is Eric Cartman's father? And then they released the Terrence and Philip episode. They're like, what is the conclusion? It's like, it will not be this week. It's Terrence and Philip. It's like wow, the boldness. And it might be an urban legend, but I think I heard that they were never planning on like releasing the follow-up episode, like figuring out who Cartman's real father is. That's my favorite episode. It's revealed. Quit. Cartman attempts to resume his quest to find his real father, but his identity is never revealed. Meanwhile, Stan, Kyle, and Kenny have trouble at home. Yeah, Mephisto is shot by a mysterious gunman. I forgot who shoots him. And it's revealed that his mom is actually his father. For those of you who've watched on and seen other episodes, spoiler alert, this isn't the case. His mom was born with male and female genitalia or whatever the fuck, and impregnated herself, which of course is ridiculous. They're like, oh, it's fucking sick, ew. And they're like, what? So she has a dick kind of too? And everyone's like, oh. So I guess Miss Cartman, what's her name, Nancy? What the fuck's her name? I guess Mrs. Cartman is the first. She's a futa. She's a futanari. What? Ike's wee wee. Ike has to go to a bris. It's time for Ike's bris. He has to get he has to get circumcised. Chicken lover. A series of heinous crimes involving chickens leads to a startling revelation. Officer Barbrady cannot read. That's right. It's so fucking funny. They have to find out who chicken is loving these chickens. The actual episode is named Chicken Fucker, I think. Or they were going to call it Chicken Fucker, but they're like, you can't do that. So they changed it to Chicken Lover. Conjoined Fetus Lady. With Pip as their star player, the South Park dodgeball team is off to the championships. Back in town, the local citizens declare conjoined 10 Dyslexia Awareness Week in a misguided attempt to help the school nurse deal with a strange medical disorder. The Mexican staring frog of southern Sri Lanka. The boys get back at Jimbo and Ned for telling a false story about being in the Vietnam War. City on the Edge of Forever flashbacks. In this clip show episode, Miss Crabtree becomes a famous stand-up comedian while the South Park kids reminisce on all their adventures while they're stuck on a bus on the edge of a cliff. Really funny episode. Now that's what I call a sticky situation. They're just all crack up laughing. It's making fun of clip shows while also being a clip show episode. It's really fucking funny. Summer sucks. The town bans fireworks after a North Park kid gets injured and must come up with an alternative for the 4th of July celebration. Meanwhile, Mr. Garrison loses Mr. Hat to Brett Favre, and Cartman struggles with swimming lessons in a pool full of urinating first graders. I do remember that episode. Really gross, because every time he gets in there, the first graders come in, and the entire water turns yellow. It's like, oh, so gross. Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls. A film festival from Los Angeles comes to South Park and corrupts it with their lack of culture. Meanwhile, Kyle tries to save Mr. Hanky from dying, and Chef tries to cash in on the festival by selling his suggestively named treats chocolate salty balls. Chickenpox. The boys' mothers force their children to hang out with Kenny so they can get chickenpox. Meanwhile, Kyle's mom tries to patch up the long broken relationship between her husband and Kenny's dad. Roger Ebert should lay off the fatty foods. The town is brainwashed by the curator of a planetarium. I forgot what he says, but they say it weird. Some weird shit in this one. Clubhouses. The boys create a clubhouse so they can get girls to play Truth or Dare. Meanwhile, Stan's parents divorce. They get back together, obviously. This is cringy because at the end of it, like, they're trying to get girls to play Truth or Dare so they can get them to kiss each other or whatever. So it's like, Stan, I dare you to kiss Kyle. They're like, oh no. And then, like, they're like, I dare you to kiss Baby or whatever. And it's like a little kiss on the cheek. And then Baby's like, okay, Kyle. He's like, dare. She's like, I dare you to stick a stick up your dick hole. Like, what the fuck? Cow Days. An interracial couple wins a vacation to South Park on a game show. They arrive in the town and celebrating the 45th annual Cow Days festival. The boys try to win Terrence and Phillip dolls, and for part of their plan, Kyle enters Cartman to a bull riding contest. I barely remember that. Chef Aid. When Chef is sued for pointing out that Alanis Morissette's new song is actually a song he wrote years ago, the boys hire Chef's famous musician friends to raise money. Meanwhile, Mr. Garrison suspects Mr. Hat of several attempts on Mr. Twig's life. There's a bunch of people in Chef Aid. Bunch of Ozzy Osbourne's in it, Elton John, a bunch of people. Spooky Fish. Beings from a parallel universe come to South Park, including such creatures as a nice version of Eric Cartman and a killer goldfish. Spooky Fish. Merry Christmas, Charlie Manson. When Stan's parents forbids their son from going to Cartman's relatives in Nebraska, which is far away from South Park, Stan sneaks out to join the boys and go there for a visit. Meanwhile, Cartman's uncle and Charles Manson break out of prison to kidnap the kids, and Stan's parents set out to find their son and punish him for going there and leaving his house without permission. Eventually, Manson learns the true meaning of Christmas. Gnomes. The boys are forced to write a current events paper to save Mr. Garrison's job. Stan, Kyle, Cartman, and Kenny are grouped together with Tweak, a jittery child who suggests that the presentation be on the underpants gnomes. Tiny men who sneak into his house and steal his underwear. Meanwhile, a local cafe operated by Tweak's parents is being threatened by a retail chain coffee shop. Yeah, they're like, it's like a knock at Starbucks. Like, the local cafe is like, oh, like, when I open my when I open our cafe, you know, we're just downtown, you know, blah blah blah, and then like the locality of it like sells people like, oh wow, like we're fancy because we're drinking the South Park coffee, and like, you know, fuck that retail shit, and like people start like, that's what Stan, Kyle, Cartman, and Kenny do. They're like, instead we'll just do it on this cafe, and how big businesses are ruining the small businesses, and the episode teaches us that retails are all actually good or whatever, because like you go to the local cafe, it's like, this is actually kind of cool, it's a little novel thing. Meanwhile the retails are everywhere, so like you kind of like grow tired of the retail chains. You want to try the new, the you know, the more unknown local shit. And it's funny because like Mr. Tweak goes into the retail place that's supposed to be like the knock at Starbucks. He drinks their coffee. He's like, wow, this is way better than our shit. Like, our coffee is horrible. And he's like, oh, never, my bad. And I think he gets like a job. I think they keep their thing open, but he works there as well. I don't remember how it works. Prehistoric Iceman. Together, Stan and Kyle discover a man has been trapped in ice since 1996, but they argue when they assign him different names. Meanwhile, the Iceman tries to reconnect with his wife and kids. 1996. So this came out in 98. When did this episode come out? 1999. So he's been trapped in ice for 3 years. Yeah, it's really funny. They're like, hi, and he's like, hi, I'm so and so, and they're like, oh, like, oh my god, I think he speaks English, but like they're, oh my god. So I've seen season 3 and season 4. I think possibly season 5. I just have to review them whenever I get to. I'm so caught up on so many shows. But yeah, that's South Park. Thank you guys for watching this incredibly long video. 2 of my videos this week are gonna take forever to fucking upload, but oh well, it's the price you pay for releasing low effort videos, I guess. Have a good one. And nobody requested this, I just started watching it.